Welcome to the hip stretch series once again. This is my third time trying to film this video because I'm having some technical difficulties with my camera. But as I was getting very frustrated with that, I remembered something that FDR said, which is when you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hold on. So I'm holding on. I hope if you're having a rough day that you're holding on too. And if you come into something in the future that really frustrates you, that you will just calm down, take a second, and remember that you're strong enough to get through this. So think about that while we do this hip stretch. We're gonna start out sitting up with our right leg out and our left foot in. We're gonna square our hips and turn towards it today. So inhale. Arms up, exhale, lean forward, reach for the toes. And you can keep, of course, a micro bend. Inhale, get a little bit longer. Exhale, pull yourself forward or collapse yourself forward if you're not quite all the way to your foot. Not a big deal. All right, go ahead. We're gonna lift up, but not into the mini wild thing that we would usually do. We're going to come up onto our knee with our foot out, heel in alignment with the knee, hand in alignment with that knee, and we're going to inhale, sweep the arm up and over, and maybe bend that elbow a little bit. You create like a nice arc. Inhale, exhale, get a little bit deeper. Feel the stretch in your hip. You want to keep your chest open. Don't collapse forward. Inhale, exhale. We're going to go ahead and roll around. Come to the front. Might back up a little bit. And we're going to reach the hands out, walk down. Maybe if you're getting a little bit lower, wiggle the foot out a little bit to feel that stretch. But you're keeping your knee, your left knee, under your body. Try to bring the head down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sit down, switch sides. So left leg forward, right sole of the foot on the thigh. Inhale up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, come a little bit deeper. Take a minute here. Go ahead, come up, set yourself up for that pose. Your foot out, heel in alignment, hand in alignment, and inhale. Bring the arm up and over. You can always collapse farther down with your elbow. Keeping that knee underneath strong. Inhale, exhale, come forward. We're going to go ahead, come down to the elbows, maybe take the head down, maybe wiggle that foot out, whatever you feel you need. Get a little stretch in the thigh. Inhale, we're going to come back up. All right, and then let me turn back so you can see. We're going to go ahead and inhale into plank pose. Exhale, push back. Take a breath here, downward dog, with your biceps on either side of your ears. Maybe pedal the legs. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Shoot those hips back. Don't strain your neck and shoulders. Okay, take the left foot towards the middle, and then inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bring it to the outside. So today, I'm going to ask you if you normally put your knee down, try to stay up, try to stay active. Because we're just going to stay up here, and then we're going to walk our hand out to the left, outside of the mat. Shift a little bit of the weight, but you really want to be grounding through the hips. Keep your legs energized. We're just going to inhale, open up into a little twist, look up through the hands, towards the hand, I mean. Inhale, exhale, bring it down. We're going to walk our hands back, bring bring the bring the right foot back to the middle of your hands. And we're just gonna inhale, straighten up, lift up out of the hips, and exhale, plant the hands, push that leg back. Inhale, exhale, bring it down. We're gonna switch. So right hand plants in the middle. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring it in to the outside of your left palm. Energize here, set your base. And then we're gonna inhale and take that right hand out again. Open up the chest, look up, energize through the legs, strong base. Inhale, exhale, we're back down. I'm going to bring that foot into the middle, just walk it over. Inhale, stand up nice and tall, out of those legs. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, bring it down. So we're going to go ahead, inhale. Exhale, rock forward. We're going to bring the knees down, push back into traditional child's pose, so knees together. Let the tops of the feet rest on the ground. And then we're going to inhale, come back up, downward dog. Take a breath. And inhale, that right leg up. Exhale, bring it forward into pigeon. So bring the right ankle towards the left hand and the right knee behind the right hand. Square your hips off, and remember, if your knee's feeling like it's getting squished, just curl the toes under, flex your foot, sit up nice and tall, see where you're at, see how much closer some of your hips are to the floor as compared to when you first started. And you want your hips to be kind of squared off. You want to try not to sit on your foot. That's the most important thing. Even if you can't get it out parallel with the front of your mat. Nice and tall. We're going to exhale and come down when you're ready, when you feel set. You can come down just onto the elbows. You can come down on stacked fists, a block, use your hands, or maybe all the way. Take a minute here to sink into the pose, really open the hip, relax. All right. Get ready to come out. Take your time. Inhale, walking the hands back. And then we're going to stay in pigeon for a second. We're going to try something. It's king pigeon is what it's called. And there's a few variations. We're going to kind of start with the most basic, like we do. So go ahead. You want to reach back with your left hand towards your left leg, which is extended. So if you're on the opposite side, that's okay. Just think about this before you do it. And you just want to bend up that foot so that you can reach it. If you can't reach it, just try to pick it up. That'll give you some good effects. Then your front is still going towards the front, so you're still in line with your hips. You reach back for your foot, right? You've got it in your hand, on your ankle. Maybe you just reach your heel if it's a little bit too far away, right? You've got that. Set your base. We're just going to inhale, reach that right hand out, palm towards the mat, reaching forward, sit up nice and tall. Breathe. Try to keep the shoulders and the hips in alignment. Inhale, exhale, come down with your hands, not all the way to the floor. And we're going to curl that back toe under and go back into downward dog. So shift up, kick that leg up, exhale, bring it down. Take a minute here. Maybe take your feet to about mat distance and take your left hand to your right leg. Look through for a second. And then opposite side. So right hand to left leg, look through your armpit. No. All right. So bring those feet back to the middle. It's happening again. All right, so plant the right foot. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, bring it forward. Ankle towards right hand, knee towards the left. And set yourself up for pigeon. So wiggle. Maybe you need to grab that foot and push it forward a little bit. That's cool. As long as you're not sitting on it, it's okay if it's a little bit closer than parallel. As you can, maybe you can't see, but mine's not parallel. It takes a long time. It takes loose hips. That's what we're working towards. So sit up, see where you're at, feel it. Maybe curl that toe. Make sure your hips are squared. Take a couple deep breaths. And when you're ready, we're going to exhale to come down to whatever level you're feeling. And if it's different from the other side, that's not a problem. Do what you feel. Settle in here for a sec. Feel the stretch. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to inhale. Visualize coming back up. And remember, we're staying here. So set, make sure everything's where it should be. We're going to inhale, get a little bit tall. And then we're going to reach back for that leg. So reach back, pop it up. You shouldn't have to look back, really. But if it's your first time, you probably will, which is fine. Just try to keep those shoulders facing forward. And we're going to inhale, reach the left hand up, palm down. Exhale, sink into the hips. Just a couple of breaths here. Stay strong. Kind of an intense stretch, but you've got this. All right, go ahead, exhale, release the leg, plant the hands. We're going to lift up in a downward dog. So curl the back toes under. Inhale that leg all the way up. Exhale, bring it down. Take one breath here in downward dog. Inhale, exhale. We're going to go ahead and come down to our knees and just transition however you want into sitting forward. And we're going to do that fire log pose we did yesterday. So go ahead and inhale. Bring that foot up. So your shins are in alignment. Your hips are in the middle of your foot and your knee. And your knees should be stacked on top of each foot. So this one's sitting on there. It's easy. But this one you want to make sure you're not rocking back, that you're bringing it right on top. You can literally just run your hand straight down to it. That'll help. Go ahead, sit up tall. Exhale, lean a little bit forward. Try to keep your back flat and just lean until you can't stand it. Inhale, exhale, lean a little bit farther. Just try it. Do your best. Okay, inhale, come up. Exhale. What we're going to do is bring this leg over and wiggle. You can wiggle or just kind of pick it up, I guess. Your right leg underneath so that our knees are stacked, our legs are twisted, kind of like when you cross your legs, except a little bit more extreme. And you want your feet to be sort of equidistant from the hips, so adjust your hips as you need to. If you can't do this, if you're all the way up here, you need to sit with your foot in like that. That's okay. You are where you are, and you can sit up on a block, but you might want something smaller like a pillow, or to just fold up the back of your mat a little bit. If it's really uncomfortable, but you want to try it. Sit up nice and tall here. And if you feel capable, inhale and exhale, we're going to come forward a little bit. It's okay if you're not perfectly straight backed or anything here. We're just sort of collapsing over the knee a little bit. Not like a dead man, but arching over it, feeling it, sort of conforming to that shape. Take a minute, take a couple breaths. Get the outside of the hips going, all stretched out. That's why we warm them up in the beginning. this. Just pull them apart, take your time, stretch the legs out maybe, and we're gonna go on to the other side. All right. Oh, almost stacked the wrong one. So go ahead, left leg down. Check your hips, make sure you're in the center. Bring the right foot up. And again, this side might be completely different, that happens. Go ahead, adjust yourself, wiggle around as much as you need to, maybe chop that foot a little bit, make sure your knee's under there. And sit up nice and tall. And if this is all you want to do today, sit up tall, go for it. If you're feeling it, lean forward. Inhale, exhale, lean forward a little bit more. Feel that stretch. And hopefully, from the first day we started, you're seeing a little bit change. Even just a half an inch is amazing. You're doing a great job. Okay, inhale, we're coming up, and we're gonna go into that stacked knee. All right, so adjust your feet, adjust your hips, stack them up. Do whatever little modification you need to do to lift up your hips if that's necessary. And just check everything for 1 sec before we go into the leaning. Make sure you've got the pose down. Sit up for a second. Maybe you just want to sit up this time too. That's also okay. If not, exhale, we're going to come forward. No, don't need to worry about that straight back. We're just coming over the knees a little bit. Breathing. Feeling the side stretch. All right. One more breath in and out. Get a little bit deeper. Then we're going to inhale and come up nice and slow, taking our time. Releasing those legs out. Give them a little stretch. And we're going to go ahead and come down for Savasana. So hopefully you weren't at the end of your rope when you started this, and you're not at the end of the rope now after doing it. But if you come upon a frustrating situation or something, just hold on. These things will pass. Sometimes we forget when we're in the moment that this is just temporary. And we get too attached and we let that spiral us out. But it's just one thing. And you can handle it. You've already made it this far, you know. You've been through a lot. I'm sure you have. So just keep on going. We're going to take a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, when you're ready, start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Take a little movement, get ready to come out, stretch those arms up, then inhale, nice and long, exhale, we're going to plant the foot behind, push onto the side, curl up, take a second to get ready to come back to the world. And when you're ready, sit up. We did it. All right, so all that frustration is gone with this nice hip stretch. I hope that if you were having a bad day, you're feeling better now, and that if you're having a good day, you keep having a great one. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.